Welcome to Drinking Problems. We have Kitty here today. That's not her real name. That's what she goes by on Whatnot. You can see on that badass sweatshirt. That's her logo, Kittykollectibles from RebelShirts.com. And other than being a Whatnot streamer, I am super excited to be talking to you because I've actually never even you're the first person I've known in this realm of things. I've never known another inventor or anyone that dabbles in the world that you're in. But what would you say was about 20 years ago you invented the double-headed dildo, and you still get fan mail from lesbians?
I hate to brag. I hate to brag.
That's awesome. Well, I'm gonna brag for you, and I'm gonna take a drink because this is just drinking problems.
Me too, same. Well,
Hey, that's a nice
mm,
cup you got there.
yours is a nice cup too. Love your shirt too. Mm. Yes, yes, yes. And my real name is Kitty. Did you not know?
That was Renee.
It's Renee, but
Renee.
it's Kitty Renee.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, name. Yeah, that's her. We can get in that later, but yeah,
Yeah. And of course, I was joking about the double-headed dildo thing, but you handled it well.
yeah.
Probably don't get never mind. So, um,
I got to pull it somewhere, but
so question though, real life, you do Whatnot on the side, and you're actually a nurse practitioner, right?
I am. Yep, yeah.
How long you been doing that?
Yeah, so I graduated in 2019 with that. So I graduated high school in 99, and then I went on to nursing school. And I graduated nursing school in 2002. And then I just started going up. So, like in 2005, maybe I graduated my bachelor's. And then in 2019, I went back. I had my boys in 2006. So I went back, and it was a 3-year program. So I finished my doctorate in nurse practitioner. It's adult gerontology, and I finished that in 2019.
Awesome.
I finished that, and then I went and worked with cardiology for about 3 years, and then on the spine clinic for about 2.5. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's good.
cardiology. That means you can save a heart or break one.
But both, you never know.
So why Whatnot? Why deal in the in buying, selling, trading silver?
So I don't, you know, cause I'm crazy. Nah. Um, I my mama always collected coins and stuff like growing up. And, oh, when you do, I'll do.
It's not a competition.
I'm saying about it. Now, she always collected coins and $2 bills and bicentennials. So I would always look for bicentennials and stuff for her. But in the 2023, I went to Spain. My boyfriend, his daughter lives there, and she teaches English. And so we went on a trip, and he stayed at the hotel, and I went to the market, and I found some coins. Yes, look at that.
That was nice.
So go back to the coin. I There were $5 a piece. So I go back, and there was like 30 of them. And I get the biggest bulky ones because I'm like big and bulky. That's gonna be more silver. So and then I'm like that one looks older. And so I went back to the room and I said we're gonna be rich. Like we're not gonna have to work no more. Like, this is gonna be amazing. He's like, they're probably fake. And I was like, they're not fake. And so I Googled them and I'm like, this is worth 100, this is like $103 million. And so I was so excited. And then later on, when I found out about the magnet, so when I got to Spain, a magnet, my scale with me. So those were the leading. And so then I got on TikTok and I started looking for like coins that are valuable. And then I started going through Mike's my boyfriend. I started going through exchange, and I found a West Point quarter,
Awesome.
and I know, and I went through a lot of change, and then so I was like looking at all these pennies, all this stuff was going on, and then I started going through all this change. Then some of the girls at work, we were at lunch one day, and they were like, "Oh, this Whatnot app, you can get some shorts on here for cheap." And then I got on there, and then I spent like thousands of dollars, and then I said, "That's why I said, if you what." either going to stop buying or you're going to start selling. So it's one or the other because it's very addictive. And I think I immerse myself in anything that I do, like, but I think part of it too was I have twin boys, and they were graduating high school and they were going to college, and I think I needed something to occupy my time, so I didn't go crazy with that. I think some
Yeah.
part it's probably men too, but like it is very difficult the thought of your kids moving out, and then so now this is consumed all my now work hard. I didn't have extra time, and so but this job I do, and so and that's one reason I changed to have more time at home with my children. And then one of them stayed because his girlfriend, and then the other and he goes to local college, and the other one went to Chapel Hill, and so it's probably been a coping mechanism for me to get in there, and then it just got deeper and deeper, and you just develop all these connections and family connections, and then it's just been good.
Yeah, I mean that's how I found you, and look at us now. Oh,
I know.
recording a podcast, big deal
I
style.
thought long hair. What I thought you would be like. I thought your hair. I thought it would be like my length and down here and curl. I just thought it would be wild. I did.
Um, no, I guess I don't know, I guess growing up, my dad always had short hair. He was in the military for about 31 years, and so just before I even had a old enough to have an opinion, I always got my hair cut short, and it's really hot down here. We're in Louisiana, so the more
Yeah.
hair, the hotter. Um, I don't know. And then, I spent a little time in the military too and really liked having short hair. Now that I'm out, I really like having a beard. I call it my face freedom. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll do what I want.
definitely, exactly. Definitely no mohawks or mullets or anything like that. Maybe
You're
one day.
right.
About
Uh-huh. Maybe it's because all the Playboy magazines I got. I don't know what made me think it.
Yeah, I mean that's the only problem with doing what we're doing now and actually showing my face. I think people get an idea of who I am or what I look like or whatever just because of the shows, and I kind of don't want to even mess that up. And
Right.
it's really funny. I'll get in some people's whatnot shows, and just off the name SexxySilver, some dudes just assume that I'm a chick, and they'll start trying to flirt with me. So I'll just play play the role, and I think it's
Right.
hilarious. And everybody else knows, who I am, and that I'm not a chick. So I don't know. It's fun though.
It
Um,
is.
okay, so you kind of use it as a distraction, and it came a little bit more. You started selling, and now you got your whole following. You got merch and cups and all kind of stuff.
Loving it. Yeah. Um. In the beginning, my sister. So my sister, her family had whenever the market was high, they sold with the intention that whenever the market dropped, then they would buy, something else. So they moved in downstairs. Our first few shows, my sister was with me, and we would use the juice, the foreign, and just kind of throw it in there to get people to kind of bid up even from the beginning. And then I started seeing all these shows, and people were like, they were selling and making a lot of money off that juice. So I was like, let's stop throwing that juice. And it was like playing good cop, bad cop. I would be like, why are you doing that? Don't start it at $1. But then whenever you taking all the consideration, all the fees and stuff, and I was losing money, so she's like, "You yell at me and be mad at me whenever we lose money." And I mean, you're gonna lose money in the beginning, and she hates it now. Like she completely um like because it just become overwhelming, and I don't even know if I'm going to show you the rest of my room. But like before my mother had to move in, we can talk about that later. But it took up the whole dining room. So my whole dining room, the dining room table that was standing out for 12 or whatever people, like was full of coins and all the boxes and stuff coming in, and she just hated it. But when Mama had to come, I had to move it to my room. But so it's been fun, and a lot of my best friends and stuff now, like I'll say something, they'll be like, "There was a coin, about it," and so like naughtiness, but it is what it is. But it's been fun, and there's times that is great, and there's times that like I'll get on there and like I've cried or I've had to get off and cry. And and then there's sometimes like I'll tell Jones or let's go. I'll do a group chat. I'm like, I don't feel like doing this tonight. And then they'll Jones will be like, suck it up, buttercup, and let's go. Like, well, come on, it's gonna be good, And then so I just get on there and do it, and then it ends up being a great night. But sometimes it's a struggle to get on there.
Yeah.
But
So you said, obviously starting out, you lose a little bit of money. You start to learn how to sell and what does sell well, and who you can trust and what to run things at, and you start, learn about the fees that you get charged, and there's a lot that goes into to being a seller. But I do find that it's pretty fun because, I mean, honestly, I drink the whole time, and it's like I could go out to a bar or go spend a bunch of money at some restaurant, and like I could go and do things. But here with the internet, I feel like making a podcast or being a whatnot seller or doing anything, like it's just more of a fun hobby. And then you get to meet people and you get to do new things. And I'm always trying to get into new random things. It's also an excuse for me to make a lot of the things that I make, and instead of just having a house full of it, it's I can offload it and have a good time and make those connections. Um, as far as silver, obviously you have inventory because you need it to sell it. Do you have a PC, like a personal collection, like a hoard you don't sell?
I do, yeah. I have a lot of it, and it changes all the time. And like in the beginning, yeah, my friends call me hoarder because like I don't want to let go of nothing. Like I like everything. Like, and so I've got books of stuff of everything, and I have a lot of debt now for sure. Where I'm debt free besides my house and my children, besides my house, but now I got a lot of debt. But I feel like if I sold everything, that I might be able to break even. I'm hoping, but yes, I do have a PC, and like I have a small safe here, but Mike's got a big safe at his house. So we don't live together, and so there's every once in a while I'll just I put my stack of what I love in there, and then I've taken it to his house because I don't have room anymore because I like too much stuff. And I'm saving it for my boys, but they don't appreciate it right now, right? They are like when they turned 18, they got silver, and when they graduated, they got and it was cool silver, like the 2.5 ounce swords, like cool silver like this. Like they got cool silver, like nice stuff. And
That's your PC.
uh,
We
look at
can
that.
sword fight. Yeah, I love this piece. It's so cool.
And so all my both my boys got one of these for Christmas and or for their birthday. Christmas they get silver too. And right now they're like, oh my god, mama's giving me silver. But maybe one day it can help maybe one day it'll go up and that they'll be able to sell it. And I tell them when I am dead, like don't just throw this stuff away. Like y'all really need to talk to somebody, make sure it's that you get what it's worth. But I do have a PC. I love Libertads, but then I got where I had to sell what was selling too, and so then it's like I go waves. Like I love Germania, so I got a lot of Germania put back, and then there's sometimes that I'll pull them out. I love prospectors, but I went over to Mike's the other day and I was like, let me go through my PC over here and see what I've grown out of. So what I don't love anymore, and if I don't love it, then I'm going to still going up and so I only brought like 3 pieces back, and so everything else I kept over there in my bucket. But and then my little tiny safe over here is full. But um, yeah, there's things sometimes I'd be like I love it so much that I don't want to lose on it. So then I won't.
Yeah.
I don't want to it. So I'd rather keep it than lose. But those games help like off balance some of the because that was a thing too. Like in your mind, you're in your head, like, oh, you're losing money,
Hmm.
and it'll mess with your vibe. Like it really brings you down. So
Yep.
yeah, when you do the games, then it kind of says, well, this is offsetting whenever those silver, goes low. Over $3 And then and the guy was like, it's going to be my PC, and like other people tipped, but I was like, well, good for you, bro. But so, but it is a balancing thing. People ask, are you making money? I'm like, I don't know. Most not, probably not, but I know I'm dead, so I don't know. But it's fun. And then I have a swiping problem, right? Because you go in other people's room to
Me
you
too.
go in people's room, and you are the worst about if I say I need. Sometimes people want to say like I need $39, so they'll give me 36. But I say $39, you're gonna give me $39, and then I'll be feeling bad. But sometimes I do need $39. But that's because I'm usually I usually put a the price tag on, like when I bring something in, I'll put the price that I got it at, and then in my head I just add 10%, and that's what I'll try to start it at. Or if I feel like it'll go over that, then I just do and go. But um, and then there's sometimes like you just have to let it go and hope that people will get you there. But you are a rare breed. Not everybody will do that, but it is, but you go in there to try to. It's not. It's almost marketing, but it's also building building that community with other people. You being in there to support them because they're in there supporting you, and then so you buy. And usually I'll go in and I'll go in and I'll put melt because I can't buy it off site lower than melt.
Right.
And then everybody's probably like, "Oh, she's just trying to run up somebody's stuff." But I know one how it feels to lose, and when it from another streamer, and then two, I can't buy it cheaper than that off the site. So why not pay somebody $32 where I'm gonna have to pay somebody off site $32? And so, and then I'd be feeling bad and tipping. I don't tip in Jones. He gets deals and deals from me too, but he gives a lot. He gives a lot, but yeah,
Yeah. So, in my defense, you just said sometimes you'll have to get off and cry or you don't feel up to it, and I'm just like, look, I'm a collector, I'm a stacker, I'm a seller too. I know how it is. I hate losing. Like I don't even do givvies anymore because I was so sick and tired of sending stuff and packing material and everything. These people didn't give me a single penny. So I'm like, screw that. I'd rather just give people that actually buy from me free stuff. So I think I'm the only one that doesn't do givvies. But like if
what,
you
what,
say like, hey, I want $40 for this, I'm like, okay. I know what it is, and to me, the way I look at it, if I go to Walmart right now, like, hey, that thing on the shelf I want to buy, Walmart's not going to give me any cheaper than that price tag. So if I want to buy it, I'll buy it. And if I don't want to buy it, I won't buy it. So you give me a price, and I feel like I'm willing to pay that price. We both win. You got what you wanted, I got what I wanted. So that's fair, and I wish more people did that. Obviously, I think a lot of people are like, how little can I pay to take what I want from this person? And to me, that don't sound like a good time. But
yeah,
I'm a collector too, like you. Like I collect a lot of things, not just precious metals. But
yeah.
I really do think, and maybe one day your sons will come along to it, that there's a lot more to it than, a shiny sword that looks cool. Because, like, some of the stuff I keep on my desk, that's art. But
Yeah.
I really stack weight because I do believe that we've been in a supply deficit for multiple years now, and the paper market suppresses the true price of silver, and one day it will go up, and who knows if that's 40, 50, 100, 200, who knows. I mean, obviously you hold it long enough, it's absolutely going to reach whatever number you could possibly place on it. So two things: one, if you had to make a guess, where do you think it's going to be? Like maybe how high could it possibly get in 2025, and then maybe 2030? And then also, why would you get emotional sometimes? Like you said, you would cry in some of your shows. Is that just because people are mean to you, or because you're losing money?
Yeah, I don't worry about people being mean to me. Like, I don't. I'm just over that point in my life. Like, I'm just like, I don't care about that. Um,
I'll drink to that. Fuck them.
the money, and I'm a woman, and I don't know if you men deal with this, but and I'm 44, and like I'll be going into menopause soon, I'm sure. So my hormones is jacked up, and when I PMS, like just being for real, like that's the times when like that I'm feeling emotional or whatever. But and then losing money would make me feel like that. But or that I'm just running things constantly, nobody's bidding, or it's going low all like back to back to back, and there's just no breaking. And then there's sometimes I'm like, if y'all don't want to bid, then we'll stop, and I'll just talk to y'all. If y'all just want to stop and talk, but and then there's sometimes like I need to get my pennies out, well,
Yeah.
you know, um it's not that people be mean to me, and I that was one thing, like I got a 1-star rating for a free giveaway, and there's a thing where I
Free
know
giveaway?
only 1-star rating I've gotten was for a free giveaway, and it was a sports card. But there's a thing where you can do, because I was paying like $77 show for shipping whenever I was doing it the other way, plus not to mention the ounce of copper I was given, or like the bigger things that I was given, or the 1 gram of silver, and then paying that. And then there is that, like the way you can do it where it is a it's 69 cent versus, and then some people don't like that because it's not paying their whole shipping, but it's also half those 90% of those people didn't buy even when they won something, right?
Yeah.
And so 5% or 99. And I get that you might not be able to financially. That's okay. And so, but so I've started doing I felt like I'd be, if I didn't do a sports card and I put it under sports card, then I would be breaking the whatnot rule. So then I just give out sports cards. Well, so that it was like junk. It was his response. So then, like, I was like, I had to breathe, and I was like, all right. So I had to call my people, and I was like, what? Yeah, like, side. And but then I called the people, and they were like, well, just respond like you knew what the giveaway was. And then around the same time, somebody else messaged me and said, you a no name, or you could have just kept that. And then I said, do not feel obligated to come into my show and enter the giveaway if you don't like what's being given away. And then my mom was like, Renee, you can't do that. You got to, you're trying to build a business. You got to be nice. And so but my first response was, don't come in there and don't enter. But then I, messaged him back after I calmed down, because I probably was PMSing. And one of my first responses, and he said LOL. I think he was from up north. But and I said, you're saying what everybody else is thinking. Your feedback, I'll take that in consideration. And then I changed it back to a foreign or whatnot, because I mean they were saying what everybody else was thinking. And then I did get like a 2.5 star, because I was trying to do like a penny, like a uncirculated Canadian, for people that couldn't pay for the shipping and stuff, to get something for $1.69, so they could qualify for the buyer's giving. Well, I took a picture of the roll to show where it was coming out of, and the man thought he was getting for $1 the whole roll, and the shipping for 69 cents. So, and it was on. I said I could see how this could be misstrued, and so thank you for your feedback. So I took it down, and like the quarters that I had, instead of showing that was in uncirculated things, I just did a quarter there. But then it got so time consuming, like I just stopped doing those $1 things. I felt like it was able to people to be interactive and participate more, but it was a lot more work for me, and return. And like right now, like I work Monday through Friday. I get 2 Fridays a month off. So if there's 5 Fridays, I work 3 of them. But we get off like 12:30 or 12. But so right now, where I was working doing Wednesday. So right now, I do a show Tuesday night, and then when I come home, I'm shipping Wednesday. And if I can't finish it, then like I was up till like almost 2 o'clock this morning shipping. And if I don't finish it, then I, I'm doing, shipping on Thursday too, because I have to have it done before I do another show, because I just can't have one open and then do another show. So then by Friday I do it, and then that takes into my Saturday and Sunday shipping. If I can't get it before 12 o'clock Saturday, then I'm shipping the weekend. And so sometimes it does. I'm like, gosh, I just back off a little bit, but because it is very time consuming, and then even on there, then I'm on other people's streams that's been on mine supporting me. I'm in their streams. So it's like it's very consuming. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was trying to like take so many mental notes. You said so much, which is good. Sorry, you cut out there. What'd you say?
Had the gift of gab.
No, that's great. I love it. That's especially good for a recorded conversation. So you're doing great. I'm just trying to not forget everything because it's like there's so many things I want to tell you based off what you said. So one, you're talking about PMS and menopause. I feel like I get that too in traffic. That's the only time, but like every time I'm in traffic, it's the shipping thing. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much to the point where I think from now on. I literally got a timer off of Amazon, and it lights up green. When it gets close to almost timeout, it's yellow, and then it gets really close to time, it turns red, and I'm like, boop, that's it. I don't care what's on the table. I don't care how many sales I made. We're just going to cut it. And I think instead of me doing like one 3 or 4 hour show a month or every other month, I'm gonna do like at least two a month for an hour or whatever I set the timer to. So I'm making a lot shorter, so I can get my shipments out a lot quicker and it doesn't take as long for packaging. Um, you
Yeah,
said
and that's like if I know before right now whatnot is kind of broke as far as getting to look back on the videos, but in the beginning I was so OCD about it. Like I watched every single video receipt to make sure I was putting the right item in the bag, and that was hundreds. But now like I have a bag, and I got all my stuff. Like I have a bag and I'll put the name on it, and then I put a number on it, and then I'll put the number into that bag. And so I feel like whenever I print off that label, if it's the patient's name, patient, if the person if it's the person's name and the number and it matches, then I feel confident and that's the right item. But like I'm human, like the day I think I put 47 when it was a 46, and so that some people just do the number on there, but I'm scared that I'll miss something or if I get off track and then I'm going to be screwed. So I do their name on there and then put it in the bag and then I print it off. A hard thing is whenever like the givvies. If I get the same givvies like the foreign, like then that's great. But I get a big raid, and so then I had to throw something else up there. So then I'm trying to get in my mind like I'm just putting that in that cup. But then I still go back with my shipping, and you can look on there and see a video receipt um, that I just started using in the last few months. But um, and then you can just kind of see the picture of the item when you hit on that video receipt, and so and that's helped some. But that's why I try not. I mean, I wouldn't mind giving people away silver. I wouldn't mind giving, but it's hard for me to know which ones because I'll run over sometimes 60 or 70 giveaways because it brings people into the stream. I'll set it up for 50 chat giddies and 15 buyers, and then there's times that I had to go back in and add more giveaways, and then that's time consuming too. Just those gifts. If it's people that's won something, and I can just kind of add that. I mean that's nice, um, but it you have to do the different giveaways in like an envelope, and so
yeah.
it is shipped.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier about people wanting to like almost downvote you or give you a bad rating based off of like something for free, and that's one of the reasons I moved away from it. But also, if you're going to be in any type of customer service, you got to already have that like mindset. Like it's impossible for me to make everyone happy. It will never ever happen. And I don't care what scenario you're in, whether you're a seller or you're like in a friend group or something, especially family. You're not going to ever make everyone happy. So I already know going into it, like I'm going to experience some type of resistance for something. And honestly, I don't care because I do it for me. And I started selling because this stuff's expensive. So I can turn my profit from selling into my own personal stack. That's really why I got into it. Now it's just really freaking fun. And I don't even
Yeah,
think that I sell silver. I sell entertainment with a
you
side of
really.
silver.
Yeah, it is fun in your room. I'm telling you, like it is. Like it's good. Yeah, I love it. I got my F-bomb right in front of me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
Um,
I got all your sexy silver in my drawer. So like you're part of my PC. Like
yeah,
I've got
I made it.
like yeah, man. I ain't even lying. Like I got a bunch of your silvers. Like so, this is in my PC. Right? Yeah. First, I was buying them for Mike, and then like, heck, I'm keeping these for myself.
I freaking love it. It's so cool. Um, one, just being a seller, knowing somebody's buying your stuff, but two, being a creator. So I think I just like I said earlier, I like making stuff, whether it's t-shirts, hoodies, or podcast, or silver rounds, which I mentioned to you, I don't know, like a week ago. I think I had something to talk to you about. Um, I don't know if it's on your show or Jones. I don't know, but honestly, I got something new I'm working on, and I'm super excited about it. And I don't even know. Like, I want to tell you so bad, but I kind of don't. But I think what I'm gonna do. Um,
Yeah.
I think you sent me that logo, so I'm gonna go find it in your email you sent me, and I'm gonna make something. I'm just gonna have it in my next show, and like no, I'm not gonna sell it to you because I want you to get it in your hand. I'm
I
sure
mean, I'm gonna buy. I'll buy it.
you don't even
Yeah.
know what it is. But I'm thinking maybe I could do one for like you. Let's go. Ghost Vet Jones, like a couple of the people that are kind of in our friend group, and maybe I'll just send it out with y'all and just. All right, I'm gonna tell you. Fuck it. All right, so I finally got my UV printer up and running.
Oh,
And instead of trying to like I've been used doing laser engraving, so I'll take a blank copper or a blank silver round and I'll literally burn it with light. That's what a laser is. But to do that, to make it look clean and actually produce an image, I have to do it like line art, almost like a coloring book style imagery. But now, literally the pink and purple that's on your hoodie right there, same exact on a 1 ounce.
oh
It's
my God, I'm excited.
me too.
So, yeah. Um, I have you seen the one that Ghost Pet's got? He's got one that's got his logo on it that Taz Poor did,
I don't think
but
so.
it's a little. It's almost just like the pictures on the coin. So I think it. I don't know. It'll be different. I'm sure it'll be different, but I didn't end up getting one. So you're and I don't know. I'm sure it's different, but how you're basing it. But you should message him too and have him to show you that too to see if it's a if it's the same thing. Is it going to be just on a round or like one of the like a pour, or it'll be on a round and it'll be engravable, or it'll just I'm it'll have the
So, so a lot of people aren't familiar with UV printing. Obviously, there's lots of colorized rounds. Like the Bullion Batty series is one I like to collect. But like Haley does a lot of colorized. There's lots of colorized rounds, but most sellers I think don't really aren't too familiar with how it's created. But basically, the way a UV printer works is it literally has a inkjet printer head. So like right
mm,
now at your house, you probably have a printer, and if you want it, you could Google a puppy dog picture and then print it out on a piece of paper. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just printing it out on metal. And what happens, the reason it's called a UV printer is because it's using special ink that is cured instantly by UV light. So as the inkjet printer head basically spits out the color ink, a UV light cures it instantly, so it doesn't like run off the metal. Um, so it's pretty cool technology. It's kind of pricey to get into. That's why I think a lot of people aren't into it. But
yeah.
I think it's gonna like totally yes, yes, that's a bullion baddie, and that's the was that the hot and ready round?
That I do believe that's the hot and ready. Let's
Yeah,
see. Yeah. Got that. Here's friends with benefits. Let's look at that one. And there's a
racing
there's
and
a
roll.
second right there. Right there. Yeah. So I see the difference now that you're describing it. Yes. And what we're talking about. That is exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I,
So what I'm thinking is I can make you colorize custom rounds for your show.
I'm excited about it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta work on that. Um,
Do you feel like you're let me just turn it around. Do you feel like you do that you are productive or
no, no, I
uh,
don't make money off of selling on whatnot. Um, so what I do is like All right, so I had to invest money in order to get some inventory to sell. And then what happens is like I'll sell that inventory. So let's say I put $1,000 into buying stuff to sell on my show, and then I sell it, and whatever money that I make, I try to make money, right? I try to turn a profit. You're inevitably going to lose on some of them, but when I get that cash back from selling the inventory, I will go and buy more silver, right? And I will take like maybe I'll get supplied from somebody and they have a bunch of different pieces. Maybe like some bars, some rounds, different like some gram pieces, some multiple ounce pieces. I'll keep what I want out of that and I'll sell the rest and try to make my money back from what I originally put into my inventory. So over time, my PC builds and builds, and I don't
Yeah,
ever like completely lose money.
right.
That's
The
my
there's two things. Is, do you only buy off of Whatnot, or do you have So I've over the last 6 months or so, like I've developed connections with wholesalers basically, or sometimes there are people that are buying in my show and they're wanting to sell. They tell me, oh, they sold to the pawn or the coin shop, and I'm like, well, sell it to me before you sell it to your coin
yeah.
shop. Like I'll buy it, and then I have certain ones that'll just send me pictures and say this, and it's usually like 50 cents to $1 over a mil for me, and then I have some that'll give me some deals with the colorized coppers and stuff like that, to sweeten up the pot, because I'm like, even if it's like $35, I say I'm not gonna be able to get $39, out of, even though it may be a you know premium round or something like that. So, but do you buy from off of Whatnot too? Because it's very difficult if you're going in just how you get people up to where they need to be, so they're not losing. Like that's going to be difficult for you to make profit.
Right. So mainly two things. Yes, of course, like I have Monument Metal up here right now just so I knew the spot price, which we're basically at 34.50 right now. It's going up again. I will buy like normal people off of online exchanges like that. I buy a lot of stuff off of Whatnot. Some of that I keep, some of that I resell, but mainly where I get my inventory. And now that I've actually made like a SexxySilver name for myself, if people get the type of stuff that I like to sell, they'll hit me
Mhm.
up and be like, "Hey man, I got all this stuff. Here's some pictures. Let's make a deal." So I'm not buying like a 1 ounce at 35 or $39. Like I'm buying a bunch of ounces at a much
Yeah,
lower price. So now I can fill my table and I'm ready to do another show. But I also um, I make a lot of my own rounds, like you were just showing. So I'll buy like a tube of blanks, and I can make my different designs or whatever, and then I'll keep one of each of my designs and then sell the rest of them. So over time, I have enough inventory to sell, and my PC grows. Um,
yeah. I
and then
need to know how to have, because I'm trying to get all your pieces for my PC. I
okay.
need to know how many, like seven, I think.
You know what?
Yeah.
I can send you pictures of all the designs I have, and most of them are actually on my X account. Or do you have an X account?
No, that's Twitter now? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So everybody still likes to call it Twitter. I'm like, it's X, but
Well,
I actually never had a Twitter account. I only got on to X because Elon bought it, and I was like, hell yeah. I'm an Elon fan, and I hated Twitter and the idea of all these social media. Like, I can't even say COVID-19 or you're going to block me. Like I didn't like any of that restrictions and stuff like that. So I got on the X and I was like, you know what? I might as well make a SexxySilver X account, and I post some of my stuff on there. That's at SexxySilver 69 on X. But
that is so. Let's
yeah.
drink out of my wine, but let's drink the ice.
Yeah, I also need a refill too. I might just pause the recording. We can go get refills and come back. But there's something I want to get to. Because you totally whizzled out of it earlier, but I really want to know where your head's at. If if you had to make a guess, nobody knows the future, so there's no way you can guess wrong. But where do you think the price is going this year? Because like I said, we're at 34.50. It's 34.46 right now on Monument Metals, and some of these exchanges, their prices are different, which it's weird. But Where do you think we're going to top out this year, and where do you think in the next 5 years, by like 2030?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know because I have not done enough investigation about it, right? So I just been selling. February was a year, and I know when I first started selling, it was down in the 20s, right? And then it went way up, and I was like, "This is great." But then I'm trying to buy. You try to buy way up, and then when it started hitting this 33, 34, then I was like, "Oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to get silver." And then I'm like trying to hoard buy it, and I would say this, like, one of the other nurse practitioners that I work with, she used to do jewelry, and she said that silver used to be cents, like like it was cents, like
What
change.
weight though?
Yeah, well, and maybe, yeah. I think I don't know if it was per ounce. I mean, it was very very cheap, and I don't know if she's talking about jewelry or not, but that's what she said. And then she said it's sky. I tell her it was $3 or something or $30. She's like, oh my god, that's crazy. And I haven't looked though. I have not. I read an article that says something about $100. But for me, Michael say even with my stocks, I'm usually going in all on something, but he says that I buy high and sell low, and stock. That's what I end up doing. So he said, "Let me know when you sell it, so I can go buy it, because that's when it's going to skyrocket." And I feel
That's
like I
funny.
do silver too. I'm just going to sell out, and so I give him silver all the time. This will be a retirement, and because you'll keep it, and I'm going to end up selling it all. And that's why I took some to his house so I can have some. I'm hoping like one day it would be 100, but I've never seen it obviously to that in the last year. So then it's like who I don't know, but gold is 3,000. So
Yeah,
like maybe
$3,063 right now.
I did read something, or we were talking about it at work or something, and somebody did throw $100 out there that it may be up there at the end of the year. Do you have any projections? Have you been? I haven't been studying it, and I know you told me that might be a question, but I'm just on it. I don't. But I
No,
don't know.
no, I like to know where people's heads are at. So you like silver, not maybe specifically because you think it's going to just double, triple in price and like tomorrow night or something. You like it. Is it because of the art, or is it because like a store of value, or what do you think?
Oh, I have not really thought of that, but it probably is part of it. I do love the art of it. I do. And I do think, obviously, in the back of my mind, that if I do this for my children and I'm in silver, like I say, they hate it now, but day it will help them like pay toward a house or something when it goes up, because I keep giving them some all the time, and they just have it laid in their room, like they don't care about it, and they don't. And then like I had those little ghostbuster things, like I asked them before, I think if they like it, they're like no, but then Dalton came and saw me, and he's like, is that silver? Is it in shape of that car right there? And I was like, yeah. So he's like, I'll take one of them for my birthday, and then so I'm giving his brother the other one. So hopefully, they will. Hopefully, it'll be beneficial financially for them. You
Yeah,
know.
but yeah, you always got to remember being that young. I mean, because I felt like it wasn't that long ago I was there, and then now these gray hairs came out of freaking nowhere. I don't know what's up with that, but I mean, at
Uh,
that age, girls, cars, that you're worried about other things other than longevity of like a net worth or an asset or something like that's old people crap. But
right.
that's the way I see it. Now, like when I pulled that sword out a second ago, that's art to me.
Me too.
One, I'm into it because it's silver, but two, because I think it's gorgeous and it's neat to own it. I stack weight because I do think that it's going to go up in value, if for no other reason that I trust my government to print more money. It means the value of the dollar is going to go down, which means it takes more dollar to buy that same ounce of silver that I bought last year today,
Right.
right? And I remember when I first started getting the silver, I was like, it's $28, which I haven't been
Yeah.
hitting it very long, but I was like, it's 28, man. I
Yeah.
missed out. um, but yeah,
Yeah.
I could totally see it going a lot higher, and maybe it depends on what administration's in office. This year, obviously, we know, and maybe the tariffs have something to do with it, but also I think, silver is the cell phone I'm looking at right now, the computer right here, solar panels, EV cars, like it's a silver is a it's not pure a commodity, and it's not a pure monetary metal. I call it like a strategic metal. So it kind of
Mhm.
plays both parts, where like copper is more of a commodity metal and gold would be a monetary metal. And I like gold too, mainly because I 100% believe that whatever price I pay today, as long as I don't have any kind of financial emergencies in my life, then when however long I hold it, it's going to go up,
Yeah.
exponentially over time, just because the dollar goes down. But even if I have, like I say, next year something terrible happens and we're like, crap, what do we do? I don't have enough savings, or like, who knows? I lose a job, transmission goes out, house burns down, whatever. There's all I know for sure that every day won't be perfect, so there will be bad times. And if I ever need it to, I got this hoard of silver that I can offload, and I just saved my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
when I could totally spend that on like a vacation or going out to eat every other night, or just that money just poofs, it disappears. But actually, I hold some type of value that instead of going down with dollars, because I could just hold dollars. I could put Benjamins in a shoebox in my closet, but silver holds value and appreciates over time. So that's why I like it. Originally, that's why I got into it.
Yeah, I'll go to Dollar General and I'll use a coupon and like I am like crazy trying to get like under $30 for my toilet paper and all that stuff. And then I go to Dollar General and I'm swiping on like 6 ounces of silver as I'm shopping. And but I'm like, this coupon better work. And it better I'll spend that much on it as a silver. I'm like, but and I think that used to be the thing. Like I used to buy clearance stuff all the time, and they were like, you don't need all this clearance. And I said, well, it's somebody's birthday, I can go to my closet and pull it out. Well, I don't do all that no more, and then I don't go out to eat as much as I used to. And we used to travel a lot, but that like COVID put a stop to that too. But and then in that transition of COVID, I became a nurse practitioner, and it was very consuming as well that first few years of nurse practitioner school. But I used to love to travel. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that MP school is crazy. My wife did that, and luckily at the time, I was doing pretty well with my job, so we cash flowed it, and we weren't buying nothing but her education at the time, because that's not cheap, but debt's not cheap either. So it's a struggle because she would literally, there was, especially towards the end, she would work for free doing clinicals and have to
yeah.
go to school. I'm like, she's killing herself, right? So at least I could do is, help out. But yeah,
That's
obviously you did it, and that's not easy. So, hats off to you. That's an accomplishment.
and yeah, and like I needed insurance, so like I still work. So I would work like 7 days in a row, and then I would have the other 8 days off, and then that would be doing the clinical hours, and then and studying and stuff too. But because that 7 days was like three for this week and four for this week, or it's yeah. I did not know your wife did that. What did she do?
Yeah, so she graduated, I think it might have been 2019 as well, like you, but family nurse practitioner. Um,
How
yeah,
did I out sexy Miss Sexy Silver?
Yeah, she's an amazing woman. That's my sugar mama. That's how I can afford silver. Um,
Yeah,
but no, at the time, you're right. She definitely could have still made some type of income, but at the time I was in flight school in another state, so she would come home, do clinicals for 2 weeks, and then come stay with me for 2 weeks. So, yeah, I guess there's different ways of going about it.
I think the programs recommended not to work, but um, like I divorced the boy's daddy. Like we separated when they were like 3.5, and so like I carried the insurance and all that stuff. So the only reason I worked was to have insurance because I mean that was a big thing. Like I just had to have insurance, so I
Yeah, don't
kept
get me
working.
started on that. And that's such a scam. And you know better than anybody. You're in the healthcare system.
It is a mess. Yeah, it's
Yeah. Well, um, we're almost approaching that time. Um,
oh,
it's really up to you. I'm feeling good. We could pause and we can go get refills and come back, or we could just wrap it up. We're at about 50 minutes right now.
I'm fine. What you want to do? I can keep on jabbing.
Okay.
I can do if you want to pause and keep and get a refill and we keep talking. I'm fine with whatever you want to do. I don't want to bore people to death with my life, but
No, you're
I'll be talking.
yeah, you're very interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right here. All right, now we're back. We had to take a little refill break, and we are good to go. Um, Speaking of silver, though, we were talking about it earlier about the price change and it going up. Obviously, COVID was quite a experience for everyone, but including the USD, right? So silver, as far as we know it in this country, is priced in USD per ounce. And in 2020, the average closing price for silver was $17.17. I wish I was a stacker back then. Holy shit, I would be so much my PC would be so much more well off. But
Right.
as far as like predictions for this year, yeah, I mean we're practically pushing 35. I could definitely see us doing 45. Like a $10 increase this year, I don't think would be outrageous just because we've been at a deficit for multiple years now. But we're
I
also
think they talk about the percentage between silver and gold, like where it should be, and it's nowhere where it needs to be. And somebody told me this today that if it hits over 35, then it's going to be interesting to see what it does.
yeah.
But I do think that percentage where I think the silver is down compared to what the gold rate is.
Yeah, so I think you're talking about the gold to silver ratio, as in how much silver do I need to trade to get 1 ounce of gold? I think it's like 91 right now, and out the ground, as in the crust of the earth holds these metals. That's where we get them from. They're mined. Um, it's more closer to like a 12 to 17 range.
Yeah,
So obviously markets are manipulated for different reasons, and different regions and different currencies have different prices per ounce of these metals. So I definitely see the price going up a lot more, especially if there's any fear in the markets. Maybe we're going into a recession, maybe there's a new war, or maybe there's like a trade battle with China, or like whatever's going on. Anybody that feels like a sense they need to trade their free cash into some type of asset, either one to hold its purchasing value and to, or more importantly, to hedge inflation.
yeah.
They're going to find some asset, and gold and silver is definitely going to be one of them. Um, what was the other thing you said? It was the ratio and something else.
Just that ratio. And then I talked to somebody and they said if it hit over 35, that they feel like that might be a, like in the stock market, you have certain walls to break, and they feel like the 35 is the wall to break. And then if it outbreak after that, if it can hold after that.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of like interviews and podcasts, like videos of so-called smart people and investors and people in those markets that like to talk like they know something, and a lot of them, and maybe they do, I'm no expert on anything, but a lot of them like to talk about resistance levels. Like, okay, well, obviously we hit 35 when we come back, and we hit 35 when we come back. Like, that's some kind of resist. It's literally just numbers, right? I don't really believe in some of the market analysis. Like, people pull up charts and be like, all right, well, in 2021 we hit this peak, and then obviously there's a cup and handle, and we draw the line to here, like, bro, seriously, the price is what the price is, and I really come down to supply and demand, and its value is what people are willing to purchase it for. But there is manipulation, right?
Yes.
So I really do see there being a rise soon, but people have been talking about that for decades, you know.
Right.
Silver is obviously more volatile than gold is, but I'm not looking to trade it. So if I buy silver in 2025, I'm not selling it in 2025. And then for my personal stack, maybe 2045, maybe 2055. I'll be looking for an exit strategy. But
Mike went to Canada in for bear hunting, and they thought their price goal for silver was going to be $1,200.
wow. Well,
Yeah,
uh,
I don't know his information from him. I said, well, let's keep this ounce of silver right here for,
yeah. Well, I have
but
a
it's 3,000, so 1,200 maybe. I don't know.
yeah, maybe so. See how that gold to silver ratio works out, and see what the market does. I think gold is going to continue to go up as well. I have a personal goal I'm trying to get to for my PC, and maybe I'll do things differently or look at things differently when I reach that goal. But
Yeah,
until then, I'm just going to keep stacking because no one knows the future. But I can't lose because if I convert USD into silver, I can always convert it back for whatever reason I deem necessary. But Mike sounds cool as shit. He goes on bear hunts. That's awesome.
he's a hunter. He is. He's wonderful. We it's been together for 4 years, and he we peaked the whole time just because, like, after my divorce, the longest relationship I have months, and his wasn't that long either. So we're like, yeah, this probably ain't gonna last long. So we were just like, we'll just ride it until you kick me to the curb. And then, like, other people would be like, why are you living to all that? I'd be like, it's true. Like I said, we on borrowed time now, and it just works. I said he's like my value. He's like my safe place. He's 11 years older than me, and he's calm. Like I can be and like my nerves out the roof, and then he's just calm. Then I just have to I just be calm. Like, and so it's good. And his kids are grown now. Like I said, one is in Spain, and the other one's in Tennessee, and then my boys are 19. So I'm getting old, but he don't get married. I hadn't even got I love you. Can you believe that mess?
Four
Anyway,
years and he hasn't said it.
4 years he's not said it out of his mouth. So then I told him Christmas he loses cool points. But I told him for Christmas, I said I want I love you for Christmas. I said you ain't gotta buy me nothing. Just give me I love you, and I'm gonna show y'all what he gives me. Like I'm a
What
Christian,
the
y'all.
hell?
I am
Four
a Christian.
years?
I'm a Christian. Look at that. So first I told him I want an Amazon
The
gift card.
Hanukkah?
He's got jokes. So Amazon gift. And then when I was like, I said, I don't want an Amazon gift card. He said, well, that's what you said you want. I said, I don't want an Amazon gift card. I just want to I love you. And then on Christmas, he came here and did open Christmas with the boys. And then I went back to his house, and then he's like, um, your cards in it. He's like, here's your gift. And then I was like, it's okay, thank you. And then I didn't open it. And then so we went and did some, and so he came back, and I said, I don't want you to say it today. I said, because if you say it today, I'm gonna feel that it's forced. So I don't need you to say it today. And then so in my box, I got that.
Oh, come on, Mike.
Oh, good boy. Look. But in
Wait,
a
wait,
Hanukkah
wait,
box.
wait, 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 wait. He got off cheap. That says love you. That's not a I love you.
No. So then he said, so I said, well, I wasn't gonna want you. He said, well, I still hadn't said it. He still hadn't said it.
All right, all
So
right.
maybe Valentine's Day I'll get it. And so I got it before, and then I stopped saying it. I'm very much a I love you. Like I love everybody. I really do love everybody. And yeah. So then I stopped saying it. But then I don't know. So the girls at work was like, he's got a look where at least you know. And like I'm like, I guess. Yeah. I said I don't like green eggs and ham, so he went and bought me white eggs. I said that was a love right there. He got me white eggs instead of green eggs.
All right.
You know,
Other than it just now being a joke, like I don't understand what's so hard about saying those three words. But
it's I mean he's been hurt, so he's got a tattoo. And it's a yeah. Okay. I'm making sure I had the right side. It's a insertion. Like he had his heart removed. Like it's a so it's like cut up, and then it's an incision, and it's got the incisions out there. And so I told him, I was like, at the time I was doing heart, I was like, well, look, you got your heart doctor. Say I replaced your heart.
there
Look
you
at
go.
that.
There you go. And not that it's my place to talk on other people's relationships, but motherfucker, 4 years you ain't said I love you. Everybody got emotional baggage, but you gotta leave that at the front door. This is a new relationship, and now
No,
it's a long term relationship. So I think you should cut off. Is he gonna watch this? Well, he should watch this. So I think you should cut off Kitty's access to Big Mike there until he buys a billboard in your hometown. It says, "I love you, Kitty." Big Mike at the
it's
bottom.
not going. This was best I get, and I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. I mean, I know pushing his bounds. It's hard because that was like that's my love language. Like hearing it because I say it. I'll even say it to some of my patients. I'll be like, "Oh, I love you too. I love you." Random people, but yeah, it's okay. I got over it. It was a big deal, like for a while, and I had said like if it goes this long, but then he says I show you. So then my thing to him all the time, I'm like, you hate me, and he's like, no, I don't hate me, and he's like, no, I don't,
So do you
but
believe in the love languages?
I do.
How
Yeah,
many how many are there? Like seven or something?
I don't know. I don't know. Acts of kindness or acts of kindness. Your love language, like vocal love,
I'm googling it.
but
I'm googling it.
touch.
How many
Um,
love languages? Five. There are five love languages. We got words of affirmation, like I love
that,
you. We got quality time, receiving gifts, act of service, physical touch. So, what do you think
so
his is? Physical touch, like all men?
no. So, so maybe acts of service. I don't know because I'll go feed the dogs. I'll go feed the dogs when he's gone out of town, and I tell him, you go and ask your best friend to feed them dogs while I'm around. Like I'm gonna be sorry about it because I'm. And then I tell him, I said, you're my best friend, and he's like, I'm not your best friend. And he says, Sheldon says, you can't complain to your best friend about your wife. And so now that's a running joke right now because his bestie was like, "Oh, you with your number one?" I was like, "He got jokes because he's the number one." But yeah, and he's like, "Kim's your best friend, or Beth's your best friend, or Georgie's your best friend," and I was like, "No, you're my best friend." I was like, "I'll tell you everything." But
Did you not get a
it's
refill?
hmm,
Did you not get a refill?
I did. It's in there.
Okay, good.
It's
All right, so we're totally moving from whatnot and silver and all that, and now it's Dr. Kitty's love language session. So, um, whatever the love languages are, what is your opinion on compatibility? Because obviously, certain people work well together and some people don't. I think what is the going rate for divorce now, like 40%? I have a theory that for men and women in long-term committed relationships, opposites attract, as in the point where, like, my wife's weaknesses are, that's my strengths, and then my weaknesses are her strengths. Do you believe in that?
I do. I really do. According to the Chinese calendar, me and Mike are not compatible. But because he's a dog and I'm a rooster. But
That's
I
astrology
think
or something, right?
yeah, yeah. I do. I think we. I think we're very different. But we're also some similar as well. Like he's very outgoing with all of his. He don't get mad that I do all this coin stuff. He's never watched one of my shows, but
What?
I know,
Come on,
never.
Mike.
But he does dog hunting, and he's gone to hunts, and he's gone to buy dogs, like, and so, and that's what my friends told me. Like whenever we first started dating, I was done with men. I'm telling you, like, and I mean I didn't want women either, but I was done because with
Or relationships.
yeah, because I had been dating, and then they men are players. Like they not all of them. Like to say myself there, but like I had with talking to somebody, and I was just like, I'm done with this. And then they say, oh, when you stop looking, it happens, and that's what happened. And I really we I had like 12 charts open, and I don't even know if he likes me telling the story, but anyway, we um my friends messaged me about them, and because we went to I had pictures where I was Snow White, and we had pictures with a bunch of girls, like, and so for Halloween, and it got put on somebody's thing, and so one of his ex-wife's good friends, like, is one of my friends, so, and we took a picture together. And he messaged her. He was like, "Who's this girl?" And then so she messaged me, and I was like, "Hey, I'm done with people. Like, I appreciate it."
I'm done with
And
people.
then my other good friend, she messaged me and was like, "Hey, here's my." I was like, "Yeah, Carla talked to me." I was like, "I'm just holding off. Like, I'm done with people. I appreciate it." And then I took my boys and dropped them off at their daddy's and their stepmom's house up in Lake Wiley at the time. And they had told me about Brown Mountain, like it's a beautiful area. So I had like 12 notes open from cardiology. It was cardiology stressful. I loved it though, and that's my heart. And but it was a hot lot, and so I had like 12 notes open. So I was like, I'm just gonna go get a room in the mountains and do all my notes. And I went like through this back way. I just put Brown Mountain, and then I put it in, and then I just went down the back roads. And the back roads, it was really like one lane roads on some of this stuff. And I was like, well, God. And I did a little Snapchat. I was like, oh my God, I'm lost. Oh my God. And then like, what am I gonna do? This is like wrong turn. Blah. But so I came to the end of the road, and it's a Gaffney that way. And I was like, that's what that guy's from. And it was a literal sign that pointed to Gaffney where he was from. Because I looked him up on Facebook, and I'm like, I'm okay. But then, so then I messaged, and I was like, "Hey, Carla and Amber talked to me about you, and I'm near your area. I didn't know if there was anything cool to do around here." And he's like, "There's a big peach, and there's a mall." I was like, "All right." More like mountainy, like, so we ended up texting the whole way home, but which was a couple hours. And then I was like, well, now that you let me text and drive the whole 2 hours, like, thanks for letting me break the law. So we called and talked for like 4 hours, and I was like, oh my God. And then the next night we called and talked for 4 hours, and I was like, well, this is pretty good. Our first date, we went to Mar Mountain, and it was my best friend's birthday. I have to tell you this because it's important to me. But our first went on a birthday date, so he met all my friends on the first date. Like, because
Wow.
so we went to the Mar Mountains first, and then we went to a little consignment shop thing, which I absolutely loved, and bought my son something, and um, then we all went out to eat for like 8 of us, and so he was just like thrown in the fire. And then everybody was like, "We love him more than we love you." So
Haters.
yeah,
Traitors.
and you know what's important? Like the day that we started talking was the day my Aunt Kitty's birthday. So the reason I go by Renee is because my Aunt Kitty was Aunt Kitty, and so everybody called her Kitty, and and so I've always gone by Renee. But he and Mike, yeah, he helped me pick out my name for Kitty's Collectibles. But um Yeah, it was my Aunt Kitty's birthday. So when we met, first started talking, and so that was symbolic to me because she was like a second mother to me, and then she died in I guess 2009, and unexpectedly, and it rocked my world. Like, that was to a point where I said, life is too short. I'm not putting up with anybody's BS, and that was in June, and a few weeks later, I told the boys, "Eddie, I'm done with your shit." And so, like, so my life all changed then because I wasn't putting up with anything. Life was too short to put up with anything, and but her death really just. Whew. So then Mike told me, he was like, you are the name of Kitty's Collectible, and then you can sign it KK. And I was like, shut your mouth. I said, I'm gonna do that.
That's a good idea.
Free and Renee and we're like when you go on one Renee and because my Anderson, and then 1 2 3, and then they're like when you go on there they're like Renee and like how do you say your name, and so then I did that, and so that was it. But it's been good, and Mike's just wonderful to me. He can handle me, but nobody else can handle me. Like I would just be, I'm crazy a little bit,
What are you
but
talking about?
huh?
What do you mean
I,
handle you?
I mean,
All you
he don't
do
kill
all day is help people.
mad. I'll get mad about something, but I get over it quick. And so, like, I can really blow up and it'd be like, "Rah, rah, rah." Well, he'll say, I figured you'd get over it eventually. And so, he don't get uproared because I'm over it in 15 minutes. But whenever I'm blowing up like it's the atomic bomb, and then he's just, I figured you'd get over it. You was blowing your lip out a little bit. So,
Okay, I got it. I got it. So what you're saying is that you act like a woman sometimes.
that's right. That's right.
Okay.
Every day.
And he's cool, calm, and collects, and he can handle a kitty.
And he's like, I figured you'd get over it. If not, he's like, see you later. I asked him one year, a couple years ago, I was like, would you even care if we broke up? And he was like, he said, that'd be pretty hard to get over. And I was like, well, that makes me feel good.
All right. So overall, we think Big Mike is a cool dude.
Yeah, he's a keeper.
Yeah. He just needs to.
Work through his emotional stuff. He needs to say, I love you,
He needs
kitty.
to fucking say I love you. What the hell?
It's going to happen this year. I feel it.
All right.
Maybe it's bad.
If
Oh,
it don't, I got a crew of people, man. Like the other night, we were in a Southern Collectibles show, and they started telling like this heart wrenching story about this truck and Miss Southern Collectibles' father's truck was taken, and like anyway, there's a lot of people willing to risk some going to prison type shit and to get this truck back. And I feel like this is an equal type of situation where Mike, you're fucking in trouble, bro. Don't be fucking with Kitty's emotions. We got a team. We will round up and we will ride out. If you don't say I love you to this woman, there's too many people at a whatnot chat that will go after you, bro.
I think he thinks too, like once he says it, that releases all power and like something will change, right? But I really probably think, and maybe he's not.
Oh. Okay,
I
I get it. I get it. That actually makes perfect sense. Now I think I'm on Mike's side. So anyone who's been in a long-term relationship, and especially people who are married, every man knows that up until the point of the ring, it's all gravy, baby. There's a whole bunch of effort given into that love language of physical touch, and then once you got the ring, she won. She got you. You're trapped. That's the prison of marriage, bro. And after that, it's up to her discernment. Before that, she's basically at a long-term job interview. So as long as he don't say it, it's on his
right.
terms. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe it's like a psychological like
Yeah.
trap. I don't know. Just saying,
It's
maybe
not
he's
just
onto something.
it's not just me because when we first started dating, um, and I always say too, like we're choosing to be together. We don't have to be, but we're choosing to be together,
Yeah.
right? And and I do love him, and like I want to be with him. And when we started dating, and I went to his house, he was talking to his mom. She passed before I got to meet her, but I did get to send her a Christmas present one time, so she knew about me, right? But and I was a pure dick at a vacation when I didn't know she was sick. I had to tell you about that. But she oh my god, I squirrel so much.
I'm here for it. This is already awesome.
Oh god, no. What were we talking about?
I'm gonna get in your show and be like, "Yo, check out Just Drinking Problems. I know all kind of shit about Kitty, and you can too."
Yeah, so but he was on the phone with his mama, and then he got off the phone. And said, I, I said, "Was that your mom?" And he was like, "Yeah." I said, "Did you not say I love you?" And then he was like, "No." He's like, "She knows I love her." And I said, "Call your mama back and tell her that you love her." He said, "If I call my mama back and tell her I love her, she'll think something's wrong." He said, "She knows that I love her." And I was like, I cannot believe. So I think it's just it, and I do feel it, so it's okay. I don't need
Okay.
to. I don't need to come.
There's some kind of mental complex with those three words in his head, and it's not not a direct
Well,
representation of his feelings of his heart. It's him just speaking those words, and that's just like a mic thing.
yeah,
But but obviously he loves Kitty. Who couldn't? I mean, I love Kitty just for the accent alone. You could literally, yeah, that's literally
stuff he has.
that's the emoji for Kitty.
Yeah, let me tell you the stuff he has to deal with. So we were in Georgia with all my friends, and we was walking down there, and we were holding hands, and then he let go of my hand, and I was like, Why you let go of my hand?" And then it's like we were at Georgia at the border, and he was like, "There's sand fleas." I'm like, there ain't no fucking sand around here, Mike. Like, there ain't no. I was like, "You don't want to hold my hand? Just don't hold my hand. Like, you ain't gotta make jokes about it. Like, you ain't gotta make up stuff. Like, there ain't no sand. It's just water." I'm, and I'm mad. I didn't, but I'm just blowed up walking down the road, not holding his hand. Like, well, all right, well, we can, So, and then I hear the other guy say, "Them damn sand please." And I said, "Oh, my, I'm so sorry." I didn't lie about them. I was like, "There wasn't no sand. Y'all calling sand please? There ain't no sand around here." But
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's probably not as funny as I thought it was, but dude,
I know,
let go of your hand and blamed it on sand fleas.
because I got pissed. But so that's why I say he knows how to handle me. But because he's like, but yeah, it's sad. And that's sad. He has to deal with stuff like that. But yeah, it is. But then I felt bad, and I was like, "God, I really think." And then that Crazy Bee, that song, he dedicated it to me at the piano
The
bar that
Black
night.
Cherry?
Is that who sings it?
I think it's a Crazy Bitch by Black Cherry.
So then he donated that song to me. He dedicated that song to me. So then I got mad about it. And then I found out what song was about.
Oh man, the only lyrics I can remember from that song make this even funnier. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, and so does everybody else. Man,
Next.
well, that's awesome. It has definitely been a joy to hear your stories, and I feel like we definitely need episode number 2 with Kitty, just to hear what's going on with you and Mike, and
Um,
any more stories you got.
we're gonna be great forever until yeah, it's gonna be great. And whatnot's gonna be great. You know what he says about this? I gave him a cup. I didn't think I thought it was talking about mom, and I didn't know it was about Mike. But look, I gave him a cup, and he didn't take it out of the box. He said that keep it in the box so it'll be worth more money when I go out of business.
What? He's a hater or a troll, one of the two, or both.
He's just a smart ass. He loves it.
Well, I think he's pretty cool. I think he's definitely lucky to have you. I'm definitely lucky to have you willing to do this ridiculous podcast with me. Um, would you be willing to do a second episode?
Totally forever, yes. I'll do 3 and 4. We can do a weekly episode.
Do not fuck with me, woman.
I ain't. I'll tell you what happened this week. I ain't mad about it.
Dude, this is awesome. Honestly, do you know why I started frequently your show and like I just consider you one of my favorites because I have favorites.
Oh,
And you're definitely in there. And I honestly, I got my first experience in a kiddie show was your fucking accent. I think it's part of that entertainment. It's like if I'm gonna buy silver either way, I might as well buy it from this lady because she literally has the most sexiest accent. She'll turn the camera around during the show, midstream, and like throw hearts out at people and show appreciation. And it's just that whole I feel
and,
good being in a kiddie show kind of deal.
and I just like to sing. Somebody save me.
Yeah. And then after that, of course, I had a good time just trying to fuck with you. And
Yeah.
I think it was
You,
JP. Me and
uh,
JP in a show recently were just trying to get you to play a Wheeler Walker Jr. song because no matter what Alexa played is going to be not appropriate.
right.
But yeah, this has been really fun. I definitely appreciate you doing this with me, and I think we should do it again. And yeah, if anybody wants to know, download the Whatnot app, look up Kitty Collectibles right there written on her shirt. Um, gold and silver, and other things as well. It's definitely a good time, a good community of people that are involved in it. And you're looking around for something. What is it?
Got my pink hat somewhere. I'm just trying to
Oh, the
find it. I was gonna
sheesh, the sheesh hat.
that shoes hat. Look, I want to show y'all some more. Look at this. I got so much for y'all stuff. Let's turn it around.
There it
We
is.
got
The Jones hat.
there's my shoes.
There it is.
There's my let's go hat.
Let's
And
go.
then yeah, my sister put it on the ceiling because I was like running out of room of all my other stuff. But I had my little I think I was gonna go outside. And anyway, I had my hot pink my toboggan. I was
Oh,
gonna
the
wear it.
beanie.
Yeah, my beanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got the
Mhm.
beanie, those hats you just showed, this shirt and that hoodie. It's all at rebel-shirts.com. So if anybody's interested in getting some unique swag, that's where it's at. I think that this whiskey's hitting me now, but
I do believe that. I thought about going to Mike's. I can't drive now, but
oh fuck it. That dude can say I love you, or he can hop in his own damn truck and drive.
he can get me. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. A little secret. I talked to Jonesy this morning. I said I've got a podcast with SexxySilver, and he was like, "Well, I'm a little sad he didn't invite me to one." I was like, "I invited myself during the stream, so you need to check him out. He's ready."
I would love to do an episode with Jones, but now that I know he wants to, I feel like maybe I should do one with everyone else first and be like, nah, fuck him. That dude's a loser. No, that dude's a fucking legend. Honestly, now when I think like, I got a little extra change, I wanna buy some gold or something, you know, that's who I'm going to. And honestly, that dude's such a good streamer because I feel like one of the things that works good for me is I come up with some stuff that I make myself at home that you literally can't get. If you're into it, you can't get it unless you buy it from someone who bought it from me. But Jones, like his demeanor on stream is so good. I feel like people just
It's the
are drawn to him.
yeah, yeah. I told him. I said you're such a better seller than me. Like I'm just gonna bring my merchandise to you and let you sell it to get me more because you'll sell it for more.
Yeah,
So
dude,
you will.
there's something to that. So I try and sell the 1 ounce silvers that I make, and maybe I'll get like $40 for it. But then if Southern buys it and Miss Southern Collectibles freaking goes to sell it, she'll sell it for 60. I'm like, I'm fucking done. I'm not doing another show. I'm gonna just make this stuff, sell it to you, and then you can sell it. But I don't know. I think it's definitely a good thing. I definitely gotta send you some pictures, and we're come up with a custom kitty round. We're definitely
I'm
gonna.
so
Yeah.
yeah. And Jones, to let y'all know, Jones and Let's Go were the first. Let's Go. Like I had some people that come there and they would want to buy ounces of silver and give it away, and I felt so like guilty about it. But Let's Go come in there, and I felt like everything. He was the reason I started bucking and going. He came in there and he was just bidding, so I felt with confidence that he was gonna. And I didn't know him from Adam, and he just came in and got me milk. Like I was like, dang. So then, and I was like, before I was just doing pop ups here and there, and then I was like, well, God, let me just go ahead and schedule every Wednesday. And so then I was like, yeah, maybe you can check in Wednesday. And then him and Jones started coming in there and they were just bidding I was like, gosh. So every Wednesday, that's how I got on Wednesdays, and I would just do it every week, and then I would do pop-ups. But they've become like really like siblings to me. They really have. And the first show, like, they started running after I did because they came in my shows and helped. Um and then Jones was talking about his wife, and I was like, I was like, do you mind me asking what school she works at? And my boys went to their school with where she works. And I said, that's Miss Jones, the Spanish teacher. I said, I love her. I bought her Day of the Dead stuff like all the time. We'd be out. I'd be like, I think your teacher would love this, and because she's so wonderful. And I went up. People like suck to ass whenever doing like the online teaching stuff, if we can say that. But
Hell yeah.
I came and she was teaching them Spanish. I was like, she is amazing. And so so we really have, and he's only like 30 minutes away. So we really have become like family. And I have my sister here, but then I also have like four other siblings. And I tell you, I talked to Jones and Let's Go, good bit. And now it's turning into Southern Collectibles and Gibbies and Ghost Vets and y'all, and obviously Let's Go in Jones. But it's just been a great. It's been a great thing. It does get overwhelming at times, but and Coinverse, like I feel like they're family. Like Coinverse has come and stayed in the camper that we had before, and it is a whole whatnot family. We're just, I want to say this. I don't think we're dysfunctional. I think we're amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking like of turning whatnot friends in the family, uh, me and Miss Sexy are going to go meet the Southern Collectibles family today. What's today? Thursday. We're going Saturday to their
Oh,
restaurant. We're going to meet them in person. They're actually be the first ones on whatnot that actually met in person from our little group of friends. It makes sense that Jones has an amazing wife. That's an amazing dude. And honestly, I'm a huge fan of Let's Go, and I always feel bad because I'm kind of a late night kind of guy. So like I have
mhm.
shit to do, right? So people that run during the day, which I feel like he
Well,
does a lot, like
mhm.
I don't even know that he ran until like later that day and he's done running. So like I always feel like I'm not being fair to him. Like I should get in the show, I should buy something, I should tip him, I should do something. Like Let's Go is such a great guy. And then like I never actually get to go to his show, so I feel like he probably feels a certain way, like I don't like him or something.
No, he don't. I know he don't lose sleep on that, and he's missed last few weeks, but he does Sunday nights at 8:15, and he fucking goes just about everything. But he does pallets and stuff on Facebook, like stuff too. Um, but yeah, his pours are great, and he don't be feeling any kind of way. He's so chilled, laid back. And I got to meet Janie, and she came to Fayetteville because that's where her fiance is stationed now, which is in North Carolina, and that's like an hour and 10 minutes. So we had patty, went out to eat. It was amazing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and I did a little, you know.
Dude, his freaking hand pours are badass. I have like so basically anything I put in my PC is
Mhm.
like of course the sword, I would say that's weapon related, but mostly it's like bullets and guns, which all my guns are Let's Go hand pours. And then other than bullets and guns and a few other random pieces, just because they're cool. The rest of them are titties. That's kind of what I'm into, guns and boobs. But Let's Go is definitely the main on that. What's that?
Let's look. I said I didn't say sheesh all night.
Oh
So these
yeah.
are yeah, these are all Let's Go pours, and that's like number 4. That's his fourth pour, and fifth, and then like 9, and the 20th, 19th. So all these in the beginning. This is his third pour. This thing was
A
what
Spider-Man?
200. Yeah, Spider Man.
That is awesome.
Third pour. Yeah. So all of this is Let's Go. All of this over here is Let's Go first pours. So like I'm just like obsessed with those. And then I got your look at that, your little thing on there, and then all these little penises that are sent to me. I got them.
That's the
But
only white F bomb I've ever done.
is that right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Love first, man. Sheesh. Yeah, I got little Richards, and I got the first, ball sacks too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome. He's
yeah.
definitely the best at hand pours, and I've just now started messing with hand pours. It looks easy. It is absolutely not easy. Look
It's
at
just a lot.
that. That takes skill.
First ball sack.
That's art. That's an art of balls. A balls of art.
Well, I'm excited for you, and he'll be happy to give you any like tips and stuff that you need. Cause he'll just let you know, cause and his is advanced so much over time too. They're just really awesome details.
Yeah, and he does it live too. Like as a couple
Yeah,
of shows I have, I've caught him literally doing hand pours live on Whatnot. Like not selling, just showing people how he makes his pieces, which is legendary. I love
yeah,
that shit so much.
yeah. And Southern does the rings, so now I got 2 rings. Mike's got a matching ring to me.
That's awesome.
He
Hey,
got
look, at least he has a ring, right?
Yeah. I put a ring on it. Let me show you my boys right here, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Let me show you my boys. I have my book ready for y'all. So there's my Brett, and then let me find my there. That's the officer. It was president. Would you just look at that? And
Hell
then
yeah.
I got them look tagged up so I can talk about my babies. All right, Dalton got the most dangerous driver. And then Brett got the class clown.
Hey,
Look at that.
women love a bad boy and a funny dude.
Yeah, that's right. And then these are their little pages. So it's just crazy how life has just changed. And I'm getting old. I tell you what. Um, and I saw your little one. He looks, was he about 7 or 6? He's 6. Your wife said.
Well, he'll
Um,
turn 6 in August.
yeah. And my niece is 6, and it's just crazy. Life just goes so fast. Is that your only baby?
No, so I was young and dumb. I may still be dumb, not young, but I have a 14-year-old, and a 5-year-old right now.
That's pretty good. Y'all want more? See, I'm turning it around. I'm gonna be. Let's
No, no
interview.
more. I'm done. I got snippy snippy. I want fun, not babies.
That can be. That I should call you. Yeah, that can be reversed.
Yeah, no, it can't be, not for me.
Yeah,
No.
this has been. I do appreciate it.
No, I
Yeah.
appreciate you. I got one more thing to say, and like, because I'm trying to start something here. I know Naked Amish Midget has kind of been helping me with it, but recently when I get in people's shows, I use my peach emoji. I usually put in 2 peaches because like Kitty, she got the heart hands emoji, and Jones has the finger emoji. I'm trying to do the peach emoji 'cause I feel like it matches with the SexxySilver kind of thing. But but that's it. But yes, thank you for doing this. We definitely do another episode. This has been amazingly fun. You're awesome, and everybody
Robert.
should follow you on whatnot.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Hopefully we'll like our big jelly. Jones is like surpassed 15,000. Like I'm like, can I get to 14,000, please? But maybe one day. But look, so the peach emoji is that butts? Is peachy emoji
Yeah.
butts? I want to make sure I was in the right thought process with my wine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. So we're gonna do this again, and
Yes,
I appreciate you, and I will send you a link to this video, and I'll send it to Mike because we were talking shit about Mike earlier. He needs to say I love you.
I
But
love. I'll like
all right. Well, thank you, Kitty, and
you know that, right?
that's right. Thank you, Kitty, and we will do this again soon.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
All right.
When's your next?
Right now it's scheduled for April 5th. I'm waiting to see if I get my blanks in. It gives me time to make my new pieces. We'll see. But
I told Mike something was happening April 5th, and then I said, you know what? That's SexxySilver show. I did.
I appreciate it. But I'm gonna go ahead and
Um,
stop this recording. And yep, obviously Kitty Collectibles, the best on whatnot, my favorite.
oh, y'all are great. Thank you.
All right, bye, Kitty.